Tribe up.
I swear to God, I put the fear of God in these niggas. I swear to God, I put the fear of God in these niggas. I swear to God, I put the fear of God in these niggas. I swear to God, I put the fear of God in these niggas. This is the part that gets scary. I try to talk, but these niggas ain't hear me. This is the part that gets spooky. They play their role and I'm ending the movie. Yeah, I swear to God, I'm on a level that can't be reached. Nigga, I speak like God in me. This is the part that gets scary. I try to talk, but these niggas ain't hear me. This is the part that gets spooky. They play their role and I'm ending the movie. Yeah, I swear to God, I put the fear of God in these niggas. I swear to God, I put the fear of God in these niggas. I swear to God, I put the fear of God in these niggas. I swear to God, I put the fear of God in these niggas. This is the part that gets scary. I try to talk, but these niggas ain't hear me. This is the part that gets spooky. They play their role and I'm ending the movie. Yeah. Sound like some mafia shit, Jumbo. Uncle Paulie take a nigga for his last ride. See ya, for sure that. Chico. This is the part that gets scary. I try to talk, but these niggas ain't hear me.
Yes, peace, peace, peace. Peace and paradise to all American Aborigines. Chief Holiday in the building. The truth is here. Hey, we got the American Aborigine History Show. Shout out to my man Ty Data on the boards, and we got a special guest today, the Autochthonous one. We're gonna be going in a little bit like tonight. You guys see the title, to the great Dr. David Imhotep's gonna be joining us, so stay tuned for that. Has the first peer reviewed. Obviously, you have to have his peers. We might even talk about that too. Talk about the process of him getting his PhD, the first PhD in this curriculum. You know what I'm saying? But anybody that's teaching Americana study, anything that right, all would fall up under Dr. David Imhotep. He would be the foremost expert in this field. You know what I'm saying? As well as he's an archaeologist and things of that nature, whatever. So a lot of things that he's talking about shouldn't just be swept away or put on the margin. I think that's what they're trying to do with this brother. And I think that he should be put at the front of the teacher's list. Y'all see what I'm saying? When it comes to Pan-Africanism and anything like that or whatever, wouldn't he be the person that we would direct the attention to say, okay, well, this would be our foremost expert in this curriculum. So I just think that's interesting, man. Shout out to Dr. David Imhotep too, Dr. Ivan, for the groundbreaking work and the things he was doing far before. This is in the 70s.
And now once you know this conscious shit, that's why I tell people, man, once you know this conscious shit, man, but like I said, man, it's a lot more to life. Once you find, all right, I know where I'm at, I know where I'm from now. I know what continent I'm from. Okay, I get that. But now, what else is there out there in life? Is there motherfucking reptilians? Is there Bigfoot out there? Is there aliens out there? I want to know, bro. I want to know. I want to fucking know. This is what it is. I want to know. I want to know. I want to. You know what I'm saying? I want to fucking know. You know what I'm saying? That's what led me down this path or whatever. I want to know. Right. So at the end of the day, like I said, you can sit here and study, wear my war bonnet or whatever, trust and believe. I'm still reading a William Cooper book. You know what I'm saying? I'm still reading Beyond the Well, Behold the Pale White Horse, or I'm still watching something, you know what I'm saying, pertaining to, that type of information, because that information is suppressed. They got all our information. So the shit that they got, they've been hiding. So sometimes you need to pay attention to what they talking about. You know what I'm saying? Right. You need to definitely pay attention to what they talking about, though, bro.
Yeah, I do feel that too, because it is kind of depressing when you doing good and your family's not doing that good. But and that's a part of why I'm here. Like see me, I'm gonna be okay. I feel like I'm gonna be okay. I'm in the, you know what I'm saying, I'm in the process of going to China and starting myself my own multi-billion-dollar software company. My software is gonna, if y'all ain't noticed, there's only two major software companies pretty much in the world. Either you got Windows or you got Apple, and that's it. We got 1,000 pair of shoes. We got 1,000 insurance companies. We got thousands of sports leagues. But for some reason, we only got two major software companies, and they not even giving the people the real deal. They giving the people old-fashioned software. The software on your phone is garbage. That shit is free. The software on your computer, all that shit is garbage. They're not giving you the real deal. And my software, I'm giving everybody the real deal. So I feel like I'm gonna be okay. But I work hard to try to make sure my people is gonna be okay. You know what I'm saying, at the same time. Now I know a lot of people out there, they might still be having a foot in the streets, and they still might, you know what I'm saying, they still might be in the streets. And so moving real fast, you know what I'm saying, moving too fast and doing too much too quickly, you know what I'm saying, it makes them uncomfortable. But see, I you know what I'm saying, I know I'm a goofy dude, but at the end of the day, I'm about my business. I am a businessman. And so I don't mind, you know what I'm saying, putting in some business work, you know, starting a cabinet, you know what I'm saying, doing some votings, getting some registration, talking to the government, working with the government. That does not scare me. But I know for a lot of people who still in the streets or got a foot in the streets, stuff like that scares them, and it creeps them out. And so, but at some point, you know what I'm saying, if you for real about, you know, moving the people forward and going forward, you're gonna have to you know, get yourself, you know, out of the streets, or find some kind of way where you can be more comfortable. You know what I'm saying, you can be more comfortable you know, with yourself, and, you know, presenting yourself and things like that. Now cause I you know, I talked to the doctor, you know what I'm saying, and he say the same. He sound just like y'all when he talk. All I want to do is get the information out. You see what I'm saying? Each one of y'all I talked to, y'all all told me that in the same tone. Y'all just want to get the information out. But at the same time, nobody's out there looking for your best interest. Once you get this information out and people start capitalizing on it, the people who get the information out, you guys are not going to be the ones making the bank and things like that. And so I'm out here, I'm trying to look for y'all. I'm trying to move the ball forward. So I don't mean to creep the community out by presenting all this stuff and trying to move forward. That's just how my brain works. I want to get things done. I want to get things out of the way. The quicker I can get things out of the way, the quicker I can move on, you know what I'm saying, move on to something else. And so, and I'm gonna be reaching out to a lot of these people, Dr. Imhotep, you know what I'm saying, Chief Warhorse, the Brother Winters. I'm gonna be reaching out with a lot of professional people, and so, you know, I let them know my real name, I let them know my company, I let them know what I do. You know what I'm saying, I have, you know what I'm saying, I have tons of things that I invented myself, you know what I'm saying, that doesn't exist outside of my house. You know what I'm saying? So I got a lot of things going on. And so I know at the end of the day, them people, they are businessmen and women too. But it seems like most people just want to get the information out. That's it. And that's nothing wrong with that. But somebody need to be looking out for you. You see what I'm saying? Somebody be looking out for you. And some kind of way, I done slipped into that dude that's looking out for Autochthonous one when he ain't even looking. You know, that's looking out for Chief Holiday and he don't even know. You see what I'm saying? And I don't know how I became that dude, but some kind of way. And so I like to get things started, and I like to get things moving, not to be creepy and not to, you know what I'm saying, not to be creepy to the people, you know, but if you for real about this and you still in the streets, y'all, at some point, you know, people gonna have to clean it up a little bit, because we not gonna be able to present ourselves, you know what I'm saying, as leaders, or present ourselves as who we want to be, even though I know 90% of y'all is not in it for that, you know what I'm saying, but if you want to go to the next level, at some point you have to see yourself as the next Malcolm, you have to see yourself as the next Martin, because there's a lot of people out there, you know what I'm saying, who look up to us and things like that. So I just want to get that out there and let people know that we're gonna have more of this stuff. We're gonna have more people coming out. I tried my best to try to reach out to the most professionals, people I can find, whether it was Condoleezza Rice. I even tried to get in with I even tried to book Gabrielle Union, because she's like a lawyer. She's an actual lawyer, and so I tried to reach out to the most professional people I found. I mean, the most professional people, you know what I'm saying, I could find. But I always got one answer. Once they realize we're starting up and we're beginning and things like that, it's always the same answer, that I am busy. You know what I'm saying? I got other things. And we completely understand that. And so I just want to let people know it's going to be up to us. You know what I'm saying? The regular folks, because all the professional people, they got gigs and stuff. They on TV and they got stuff. You know what I'm saying? And so we can't hate them for it, but, you know what I'm saying, we can't depend on them. But I do believe once they see us up and running, I do believe every single one of them are going to come, and they're going to come help out. And that's what I believe, and that's one of the main reasons why I'm trying to get things going, so the other people can see it and they can come help out.
So I think that's a lot of times we got people that stay stuck at DNA, for instance. They be like, oh no, this is it. We could spit in the tube and they could tell us exactly where we migrated from thousands of years ago. And I just think that's dumb. You know what I'm saying? It's super dumb. And then for them for that to be like your major thing that you have as your basis and stuff, and y'all calling us pseudo, I just think it's just disingenuous, in the double talk and the double speech. I have nerves to even challenge this. Like, it's just crazy. So yeah, man, we're gonna keep banging. We're gonna keep banging the information. We're gonna keep banging it until everybody, well, at least to the majority of us, is on this information. You still think every time we say that the word slave, it means your black ass and kunta. No, you're slow. And listen, there's nobody with a PhD. I'll take that back. It is a couple fools, but then it's not even their fields. You know what I mean? I see Dr. Issa. I noticed he done set up and went somewhere and hid. You know what I mean? But he was teaching the Americana study and African slave studies and shit like that, man. I think it's dumb, man. I wouldn't teach that to a dog, y'all. Like, for real. Like,
Fab, they still think we need Indian blood to be Indian. They still think we need Indian blood. We need Indian DNA to qualify. So
right, you need a mixed person to be a part of your family to be an Indian.
That's like saying you need your baby blood, like your children. Like, what the hell? Like, don't not come first. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
How does that work? Like,
you understand what I'm saying? So, like I said, man, these brothers is obsessed. They're so obsessed. Oh, the way the Zulus used to shake the things, and listen, okay, how about this? You over there worshiping these Egyptian pyramids when the pyramids, the Mayan pyramids look just like you. They look just like you. They ain't got no freaking straight hair, or they don't look nothing like these fake Native American. They got dreadlocks and they got afros. So you don't see yourself in them because ain't nobody tell you, oh, look, that's where them people came. If they told you that's where you came from, you would be like, oh, that's us right there. But you're so brainwashed, and that's how you know, man. You stay away from them people like that because they don't want the brothers who are trying to brainwash you. They're so brainwashed. Okay, you done heard massive different scholars say, yo, oh, it was black people here. Oh, it was black people here. Oh, it was black people here. You done heard massive many scholars say that. But when it comes to us, these people died. But when it comes to us, these people died and they brought over the Africans. And that's the only reason why you see a melanated present in this country.
That's right. Peace, everybody. Peace. Al Power in the building, y'all.
Peace. Hey, what's good?
What's going on, A1? How you doing, good brother?
You already know I'm cooling, my brother. What's up with you?
Man, just got out ripping and running.
Oh yeah.
Hello.
Where you?
Hello.
Yes, hello.
Yeah, yes. How you doing, ma'am? This is Tyron Vital calling from Data Dogs Communication. I had spoke to the doctor earlier, and I was just calling for a quick interview on our YouTube live stream we was gonna have with him.
Hold on.
Hello.
Hey, doctor, how you doing?
Hey.
Hey, Hey, yup, this is Ty again. Sorry for blowing your phone up, but we have a, you know what I'm saying, we have a, nice little audience, and for you, and we've been trying to call you because you the star of the show. So, sorry about that.
No, it's okay. Talk to me.
So, well, we on the Chief Holiday show. Chief Holiday. We got Autochthonous one. We got Aboriginal power. We all self-claim indigenous people. First off, we want to know: do you claim indigenous? Do you consider yourself an indigenous person to America as well?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I've got different people in me. I know on my mother's side, Navajo. On my father's side, Arapaho. So I guess we just a bunch of hoes. My grandfather told me back that he was born 1885, the 16th child of slaves, and his older brother and sisters told him that their mom was brought over from Ghana. So.
Okay, so
that's what I like to talk about.
There's some African in there as well.
Well, the Native Americans were Africans, the very first one.
Okay. Also, but before we get started, I want you to go ahead and let us know where we can get your book at. Let's go ahead and talk about some business and stuff before we get in, and let us know where we can get your book. When is the up and coming book and things like that.
Okay. I have just got rid of my older publisher, Author House, and I'm trying to get with this other. Oh, good Lord!
Amazon
Books, yes, Amazon Books, and that should be done with, by let me see, July, by the middle or end of July, the deal should be done.
So do you have a website, an app, or anything like that you can lead us to?
I have my website is historic. It's ISTRIC. Historic.info. INFO.
Okay. Do you have an app?
No, I don't have an app.
Okay.
I'm not very savvy on computers.
Okay. Well, you do now. So don't worry about that. We'll take care of you on that. We definitely gonna take care of you on that. So. Anything else you want to talk about as far as business before we get into the questions?
No, go ahead.
Okay, anybody on the panel, Chief? I don't think he can hear y'all, so I kind of translate the questions. Chief, you want to go ahead and ask any questions?
Does he have Google Hangouts maybe that we can maybe get him on there a little better? If that's the thing.
Yeah. Do you know how to use the Google Hangout by any chance?
No, I don't.
Okay, yeah, he's not too familiar with that. I'm gonna hook him up with that. I'm gonna send him a whole kit with the Ooga mic. I'm gonna send him a whole straight up indigenous YouTube kit. So, with the software and all that. So we gonna build. So we gotta take a little time. But any other questions? Now, see.
Well, I know he plays for the University of Nebraska football, right? I just want to know some of the players he played with and what position that he played at the University of Nebraska before he went to Maryland.
Okay, yeah. A couple people, I think they read your bio, your Wikipedia or something like that, and so they said that they know that you played for University of Nebraska, and they wanted to know was some of the players you played with, and what position did you play?
Okay, here's what happened. I had a few scholarships, and Nebraska was the biggest one. So I went out there, and you gotta understand, I'm from Baltimore, warm weather. I went to Nebraska, man. You know, I played for one season. The last 3 games were in the snow, and it was snowing so bad one game that when we came back, you know, the field was covered, so they pulled off the tarp off it, and we played on the ground, but it started to snow again. And by the time we came back out for the second half, the field was covered with snow again, and it was like about 5-6 inches deep, and we couldn't see the field again, so they shoveled the lines across the field. I got tackled and I landed on my on my stomach, and we were going so fast, I was gliding, and while I was gliding, the snow, you know, I don't know if you know, shoulder pads are not right straight up against the skin. They push out the jersey about 2 inches. So as I was gliding, the snow was piling to my chest, to my stomach, to my waist, and then into the no-fly zone. And that was it for me. I went back to the bench, sat down after the game. I talked to the coach. I told him I got to go. So I called Maryland's coach back up. I said, "Do you still want me?" He said, "Yeah." So I went back and played for Maryland my last 3 years.
Oh, okay.
So that's all I was in Nebraska, and I've never been back.
Any of your teammates make it to the NFL?
Yeah, Johnny Rodgers.
Oh, okay. Sorry to bring you back to that pain right there, but we just, you know, yeah. So a lot of us, some of us, we have our own claims, and we make some of our own claims, and a lot of people they can't really debunk our claims and things like that. And so one of the things that we teach, we teach that man originated here in America and went over to Africa, because we noticed the outer Africa theory. We noticed some of the racist eugenicists, you know, came up with that theory. And so that's one of the reasons we don't like it. But there's also a lots of holes in the theory that it just doesn't make more sense to us. And so I would like to know, is there any claims that you got that could go against the theory that man started here and went to Africa?
Well, my whole thing is about evidence. If you base your arguments on truth and facts, then you're on shaky ground, because here's an example. It's true yesterday it rained, and that's a fact. But today it's true that it's sunny, and that's a fact. So it shows you that truth and facts change. So if you want to always win every argument, you use evidence, because evidence are like an example of evidence are fingerprints. Fingerprints are going to be the same as yesterday, as they were the day before that, and day before that, and day before that, and will in the future. So the evidence I have come up with, and I'm Native American, so I don't have a problem with, you know, indigenous claims. But the evidence that we found, that they found in North, Central, and South America, the bones that they dig up are all Homo sapien or Homo sapiens sapiens, modern man. Okay, they have never found any archaic older bones such as Homo habilis, Homo afarensis, Homo erectus, or even Neanderthal, which means that people must have come over here and settled and did whatever they had to do, but were not here during the development of the human, so-called human race, all the way up the different ladder till you get to Homo sapien. So that's what the evidence shows, and it's not what I'm saying; it's what the evidence is showing.
Right. Is there any way? Is there any way in their argument that they could have left and went over there, or is that too big of a claim?
Okay, you're saying they. Who do you mean they?
Like the bones you were saying that has not been found here, like the archaic bones. Is there any way the archaic people could have left the Americas, or is that?
Anything is possible. That's possible. That's a possibility.
Oh, okay. So hold on, we got one more question coming up. What you want? What question, Autochthonous one?
Ask him what date do we have the so-called first Africans coming to the Americas?
One of the guests on the panel want to know what type of date you have for some of the first Africans coming over to Americas.
Boy, now you're getting into my specialty again. This is what I love. See, when I know, if I don't know something, I'm going to say, I'll tell you, look, I know a few things, but I don't know everything. But this is a subject that I'm very versed in, and that is when I wrote my first book, the first Americans were Africa, back in 2011. The best research I found was they were found in South Carolina, in what was it? South Carolina. 50,700 years ago. Okay, that's 5,700 years ago. Then a few years later, they found something down in what was it? California, 130,000 years ago. Now in Mexico, they found something. This is not very long ago, a couple of years ago. Something 250 to 400 to 350,000 years old. That's in Mexico. Now those things are peer reviewed and unchallenged. But then there's another one where a sister by the name of Billy Danto. She is a brilliant female Haitian lawyer who had 7 attempts on her life in Haiti, so she had to move over here because she's a freedom fighter for the Haitian people. So she's in Atlanta, and she sent me some information about a gigantic outcrop of a mountain in Haiti that is, I think it's granite, and they found chiseled in there some signs and some icons that was not a written language, but there were icons that showed that whoever created or chiseled this out were thinking people and civilized people. And hold your boots on how old this is. Now, the other thing I told you about in Mexico, 250 to 350,000 years ago, that's almost 500,000 years ago. Well, this thing was dated by their anthropologists to be 1 million years old.
Whoa!
So we go way back, man. But trust me, no other so-called race comes before us. As a matter of fact, it wasn't until 3000 BC that they found. I think it was Dr. Enderlein or another geneticist found that the oldest DNA for our white brothers goes back 3000 BC and not a day before, and that's DNA saying that. And they say on CSI Miami, if you want to ever watch that, they base all of their crime solving measures with evidence, and they say DNA evidence is right 98.9% of the time.
Wow.
I think I answered that question.
Wow. Yeah.
You consider those people that
Matrix.
You ask them this though.
You took us to the Matrix. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, you took us to the Matrix, and so that we enjoyed that. We enjoyed that deep knowledge. I just want to let you know that there's a huge culture out here, and so say we're all indigenous people, and your book, and you are in the center of that. You probably don't know it yet, but you're gonna feel it sooner or later. And I just want to say thank you also for taking the call. We got a couple more questions. Hold on 1 second. What we got?
Well, okay. Here's a question, right? Were the people that he are considering that he's saying that was here 200,000, 300,000, even 500,000 years ago?
What proof do you got that they were African?
People were Africans, brother.
Okay. So the people that was here, I think you said like 500,000 or 1 million, million years ago. Why do you consider those people African and not Americans?
Like as I said before, the oldest bones they found of people, Homo sapiens, or even back further, several different layers of bones over hundreds of thousands of years and possibly even more, are found in Africa. Now, I know that's a crazy name, Africa, but let's just say the continent.
Right, the
continent. And that's up and down the Nile Valley is where the oldest settlements and the oldest bones and all those things have been found.
So one more thing I have about bones, because my name. Hold on, I got you. My name is Ty Data, and so I'm the cyborg. So I'm really good with numbers. And so when people mention bones, I usually ask them, what percentages of bones on the planet do you think that the scientists and archaeologists has recovered? And so most people usually say less than 1%. And so I usually don't, me personally, I usually don't really get into the bone theory because they have to cover at least 30% for me to even actually, you know, recognize it. But but I understand what you're saying. And so yeah, this is really deep stuff. Hold on one second. We got some more questions. What we got?
Yeah. Hey, look, real quick. Ask him, like, all right, ask him, have he ever heard of Michael Cremore work? Forbidden archaeology.
Have you ever somebody want to know? Have you ever heard of Michael Creedmore's work?
No, I have not.
Nope, he never heard of that.
So ask him. So tell him Michael Cremore is an archaeologist and he did studies in the Americas. And tell him that he found a body in Illinois that he dates back to 300 million years old.
Okay, somebody
300,000.
300,000.
300 million years.
300 million years. Okay, so somebody on the panel said that Michael Cremore is an archaeologist and he found was it a whole skeleton or was it a head? What was it?
It was a whole skeleton.
It was a whole skeleton they found in a cave in Illinois, and it dated back. What was how long? 300 million years. 300 million years old. A archaeologist named Michael Cremore. Do you know anything about that or heard anything about that?
Well, that date 300 million might even take us back before the creation of the planet. But who knows? Maybe that is true.
Okay. So
no one knows for sure any of these old things, but it's a possibility.
Okay. Any other questions?
So he's not considering. Yeah, he's not considering the first Americans to be Africans, right?
So
because that goes with the out of Africa theory. Does he believe in the out of Africa theory being a fact?
He said so the first Americans you consider them as Africans because that goes with the out of Africa theory. Is that why you consider them African?
I'll say from the continent, yes. That's the best. That's the best information we have to date.
Okay.
Now, tomorrow they might find something, that is unquestionable in Americas, and I'd be open to that.
Right. Yeah.
Don't even like with that right there. What we talking about? He doing good and he answering the question.
One last thing.
Go ahead. He gonna take one more question. He gotta go. You guys.
Okay. One last. No. I can take more. What I'm saying, I didn't want to. I want to get this in before you all had to go, and that is, if it's over than 3,000 years, there's nobody else on the planet. So you can call us Africans, you can call us Americans, you can call us people from the North Pole, South Pole, or from Mars. But no matter where you look,
there you go.
Anyone before 3,000 BC,
that's a home run right there. That's a home run right
black
there. You get a home
skin or brown skin.
Right. So everybody out there who just swallowed that red pill right there, make sure you don't make sure you register what he's saying to you. Okay, register what he's saying to you.
African.
Right.
He's using the term African just to identify, so you know what the people look like.
Right.
Or whatever.
Right. Yeah.
But now you heard him admit it.
I mentioned Mars. Do you know that they have found pyramids on Mars, brother?
You said pyramids on Mars?
On Mars. And I'm talking about in a mathematical position.
The same aligned as ours?
Yes, sir.
So y'all heard that. So woo, that's a red pill for you. That's a red pill. Dr. Imhotep, y'all. That's
and only black folks. Only black folks build pyramids. Whites didn't build it. Red Indians didn't build it. Chinese didn't build it. Only black folks built pyramids. Way back when.
Wow. Go ahead, Chick. A1.
Ask him, do he know that the pyramids in Peru are older than pyramids in Egypt?
So somebody want to know, did you know that the pyramids in Peru are older than the pyramids that's in modern day Egypt?
No, I didn't know that. I've never heard that in my life.
And tell
But
me
here
from
again,
Brazilian
it's a
countries older than
possibility,
that.
but
We got proof. We got proof.
sounds
We
like
got proof.
white folks
Tell
fool.
them,
Tell
tell
him,
them, tell them we
tell him
got.
Kyrie.
Okay.
Tell them we got the proof.
Okay.
Anything, you know, they want stuff to come from anything, anywhere.
Okay.
From,
Okay.
Nah,
from
tell him we got
Hawaii,
the
from
proof. Tell him we got
Mars,
the proof.
from Jupiter, from Pluto, anywhere but from Africa.
Yeah, well, yeah, they're gonna start saying stuff like that as well. I'm already knowing they're gonna start changing the history up. So,
Yes, sir.
So in our community, we have done some research, and we have cross references a bunch of different archaeologists, and so we come to the conclusion that the pyramids in Egypt, the pyramids in Peru are older than Egypt, and also the pyramids in Brazil is even older than that.
Ask him
And
again.
so-
Well, that's fine with me, as long as they give the credit to black folks.
Right. We built them, but we
Yes, sir.
But
right.
just for talking.
Do you know they've even found pyramids now in Antarctica?
Yep, I heard about that too. I heard about that as well.
Which would be
Yeah,
part
man.
of America.
Right.
That's why I say let's look beyond the Earth. Let's look to Mars and other places.
He showed the map yesterday, and he showed the map
Yep.
yesterday in Antarctica, and it was a forest with trees and everything.
Yeah. So
And Antarctica.
one of the
yeah, I already seen that. map.
Also,
Listen,
I
bro,
want to know
I
about
got a
some of the
whole build
backlash
on
you have been
Antarctica. I
getting
can't wait to do it.
from other melanated communities. What type of backlash you've been getting from other Afrocentrics or whoever, any other communities? Have you been getting backlash from them?
Only one, and that would be some of the Native Americans who talk about we've always been here.
We have.
And I run down my evidence for them, and well, first of all, they say, well, their evidence are the sacred stories and tales and all those different things of that nature, and those are to be respected. And I do not argue about anything of that nature. The only thing I can say is, we have stories and things that we believe in as well. We also have hard evidence.
Can you also give a message out, because we get a whole lot of backlash and a whole lot of flack from the Afrocentric community in our community, and so they think we're self-hating and they think we're mentally retarded, and they got all types of little names and stuff for us. So can you please give these guys a little message and a little. I mean, you don't gotta give them a lashing, but just a little dose of the red pill.
Okay, well, Afrocentric means that they are their center of knowledge and everything is that everything began in the continent, and I would have to say that until there are things that are found that are older than the continent, and I mean things that are peer reviewed, things that we know for sure, and we find many of them in several different places here. Then I'd have to say then that what my research has shown is that we began somewhere along the Nile Valley. Now, the Mississippi is no less important, but it just happens to be Nile Valley people. Now, if we found something that in Europe and it showed a white person was here before black folks, I'd go with that. Or if they found someone Asian with somewhere in China is older than everything, I'd go with that. But what we have found that the oldest things on the planet, whether it be tools, whether it be structures, or whether it be bones, has been found along the Nile Valley.
Okay. Well, one of the reasons we get this slack is because we teach that man started here, and so we don't give the full credit to Africa, and so they believe is that we're trying to deny being Africa, but at the same time we really don't have no hardcore attachment to Africa and stuff like that. And so I was asking if you can give a message to those people who don't want to embrace their indigenous roots. They can be African all day, but at the end of the day they deny their own indigenous roots. And so I just wanted to know if you can, also give a little message along the line of that.
Anyone's indigenous roots should not be questioned and should not be argued with. That's disrespectful, and I just don't side with people who do that type of thing. But I go wherever the science leads me.
Right. I got a question. Can you give us a day on the pyramids in Giza, perhaps?
Can you
That's
give
right.
yeah? Can you give us like a little more date in the pyramids in Giza?
DNA. You believe
Okay, what?
that DNA?
I was in Africa. What? 3 years ago with the Dogons and we were studying. We were learning different things from them, and from their information, they dated their people, the Dogon people. Their evidence comes from how do you date something? You know, sometimes you can dig in the ground, sometimes different things, but they date the Great Pyramid through celestial bodies, and their dates of the erection of the Great Pyramid were when I don't know which, I've forgotten which celestial constellation was right over the top of Egypt, but they date it to be 71,700 years old, and that's just the Great Pyramid. We're not talking about the step pyramids, which come before the smooth-sided pyramid.
Right.
Okay,
So,
because
I
was
like
looking
that.
for the evidence.
Right. I got one more question.
Yes, sir.
Do you know why we do you know why we have, thousands of pyramids here and only like a select few in Africa? Can you give us a little light on what you think why that is?
Because no one's looking for anything in Africa. People, white folks and the people in charge today don't want to hear anything about Africa. And anything they find, listen, they have found cities, whole cities, not just towns, but cities when they dig down into the Sahara. The Sahara is as large as the continental United States. So there's so much that has not been dug into and looked for in the Sahara because they don't want things to happen in Africa, because they have a problem with black folks being civilized and being on the planet before them.
Makes sense. That's good sense right there,
Ask him
y'all.
about DNA. Does he believe in the genealogy DNA test? And should we be using them as markers to tell us who we are, brother?
Okay. Another question is, somebody want to know: do you believe in the DNA and the DNA markers to tell us who we are and what type of tribe or we come from or something like that?
It depends upon who's doing the DNA. It could be honest people, it could be dishonest people.
Right. So it has to be someone you trust. Right.
Exactly.
Right.
Ask about Rick Kittle.
What about
better than that to see it,
like Rick
see with my own eyes?
What about somebody like Rick Kittles? Would you believe somebody like that?
I never heard of him.
Oh, okay.
Y'all got a question for him real quick. Ask him, do he?
That doesn't mean he's not good or great. I haven't heard of people. Most people on earth, just the people that I've met in my lifetime.
Look,
wow.
Ask him how many people do he believe came here on the from the so-called African slave trade, and tell him, do he know that it was millions of black aborigines that was taken from North America to West Africa and Europe?
Okay, now
as well as Spain and Portugal.
Now, we also get a lot of slack because we got a couple brothers that they got some information on the slave trade that nobody can really debunk, whether it's true or not. And so we wanted to know how many people you think actually came over here from Africa, and are you aware that the colonizers took people from here and spread them throughout the world, from Africa and different parts of Spain?
Yes, I've heard that.
So the main question would be, about how many people you actually think came over here from Africa?
North America, specified.
Came to North America from Africa.
I could not comment on that because I read different numbers from different people, and I don't know them, and I don't know their credibility. So all I know is that there were people in North, Central, and South America by the time that crook Columbus came over.
We was already here.
Oh hell yeah!
Right.
I mean, we not only were already here. Our monuments and our pyramids and our temples were thousands of years old, tens of thousands of years old.
Wow.
By the time they got here, as a matter of fact, you know, I've got a big beef with people pushing up Mayans. When I go to Mexico, the last time my wife and I went, we went on 3 different tours, and in all of those tours, they're not even mentioned. They never even mentioned the Olmecs. But it was nothing but the Mayans did this, Mayans did this, Mayans did that. Well, first of all, the Mayans were black too. I went to a pyramid in Guatemala, and there's a step pyramid there. I forget the name of it, but on top of that pyramid, there's a small temple, and it has 3 different doorways. And when you go in there, in the doorways, and you flash some light, you can see that there was no light there. Okay? So you had to look for flashlights or illuminate the room, and you would see there's no other doorways, there are 0 windows, but there are paintings in every wall, every crevice, including the ceiling. And you can see black folks, and this is made by the Mayans. So this was so impressive to me that on my new edition of my book, I have put pictures from that temple on the front cover and the back cover, so they will know, yes, the Mayans predated a lot of people in the Americas, but the Olmecs come before them, and before the Olmecs, the first Olmecs in here, you know, the Olmecs are a compilation of 3 different people: the Asians who came over, the Africans who came over, but also the people who were here before they came over, which were the little people, the short people, the diminutive Africans, which they call, some people call pygmies, which is a name that the so-called diminutive Africans don't like. But they were here before any of those people. So, but then the Olmecs, when the Olmecs did come, those 3 different people I'm talking about, the Africans who came over, who were the African part, 1/3 of the mixture that made up the Olmecs. When they got here, other people here, I call that, you know, they call the Olmecs the mother civilization of America. But since they came over here and found people, then the people there, the short Africans, I call the grandmother civilization.
Right.
But tell them Peru is older than that. Tell them, I mean, well, I don't want to say that.
Now, one thing about our community is that we don't identify as African, and we don't like identify as African American. We have yet to have a name that stick. We have a bunch of different names, which is Olmec Americans and indigenous Americans and things like that. Is there any way you think you can come up, you know, with right off the top of your head, what would be a good name to describe us?
Off the top of my head is what I've heard come from Native Americans. They call themselves the First Nation. I don't know if you can beat that.
First.
You said the First Nation?
America.
Yeah,
First Nation.
First Nation.
Oh, okay. Anything else that's personally, like, if you had an opportunity to name us, you know, what type of name you think can fit us?
For Africans?
No, for us. We don't identify as African. We identify as American only. We identify as you know, Americans.
I would call us humane human beings.
Humane human beings. Okay. Okay.
Hey, I got a question. Why are they dating the pyramids in Egypt at 2600 BC and roughly dating the pyramids of Peru, which is in the city of Corral, a couple years earlier, a couple hundred years earlier?
Okay. Somebody want to know, why are they dating the pyramids of Giza 26 BC, right? And the pyramids of Peru a couple years earlier.
As I said before, the Dogons, who are people who look like us, say that the pyramid in Giza, the Great Pyramid, is 71,700 years old.
71,000.
700. And 71,700.
71,700. The people in Dogon made that claim about the pyramids of Giza.
Yes, but I was over there studying with them. A group of us went over there, and that's what we were told by the elders.
Wow.
In Burkina Faso.
Wow, and those Dogon is the same people that was detecting that star that scientists couldn't figure out, right?
There you go.
Yeah, so that's some ancient history. That's some ancient history for you. Take that red pill, everybody. You know,
Those are some people that you can trust. Those elders.
Right. So I got one question. Anybody else got any other questions before I get my last question in? Or
no, go ahead.
Yeah, I wanted to know if so. He's saying that it was a culture here prior to the Olmecs coming here.
Okay.
And he called them grandmother and grandfather cultures of America. Okay. And I've heard him say that these people were here 70,000, 100,000, 300,000 years ago. Okay, that was before anybody was selling boats. If we were here 300,000 years ago, and wouldn't that make us an older culture than Chinese people, European people, all these other people, and they already have their own identities? Why don't he call them Africans, and why do we call them so?
Okay, so
we've been here, the oldest civilization on the planet.
Okay, that's kind of long, but I'm gonna try to chop it up for you. So you have mentioned the grandfather nations of America that was older than the Olmecs, and there was a cluster of people, and so somebody want to know, he believed that that was before we started sailing and before we had boats, and so I believe he want to know
if the culture here is older.
If the culture here is,
why are we still getting called?
Yeah, if the culture here,
culture
right,
younger, yeah.
Right. If the culture here is older, why are they still calling us another culture? Why are they still calling us Africans and different cultures?
If the Olmec mix with other people,
it's out of our game.
If the Olmec mix with other people, if the African mix
that was already here,
right, that was already here, why are they still considered as Africans and not something else?
That's a good question. It depends upon the point of view of the person speaking.
Right. You can't get no truth in that. Yeah, you can't get no more truth than that.
This brother, right? He ain't buck dancing. He keeping it 100.
And I refer to them as the grandmother civilization because the females were the ones who ran things back in this before the white man came in and based everything off the male. Because the sisters have that, and they have that veil that goes over their head, and while there are some brothers who are in touch with the psychic world, the sisters have it nailed down.
Okay, so we got a couple more questions coming up. Go ahead, Atancha.
Hey, ask him how can I get in contact with Dr. Clyde Winters, and I see that they got they had the little forum on the Felipe Sock channel or whatever. Ask him like, yo, tell him we trying to get in touch with him to have a you know what I'm saying, to have to interview him. Also, if it's possible, to see if he can leave his contact if he would like to do any other further interviews.
Oh, okay. Somebody want to know if you would like to do further interviews as well, and they will also like to know if you can somehow help get an interview with Dr. Was it further?
Clyde Winters.
Clyde Winters.
Oh my God! You talking about the black genius?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
That brother brought me into the game.
See, look.
And yes, he would love to be on your show.
Yo, tell him, man. Tell him to lead it. Yeah, tell him to lead the information.
I'm speaking for him. I don't know for sure, but I would think that he did because I just pulled his coat to my PR man that I have, and Dr. Winters Dr. Winters and I and Kaba, I think it was Kaba Cabernet, we all did or was it Professor Small? It was another brother, but we were together, and you can look at that on YouTube.
Okay.
I'm not telling that's the one we talking
so
about.
Winters is
yes,
I think he would be ready to go on that.
Yes, that's who we talking about. We would definitely love to interview that brother as well. But we can't get about the main focus. It's this book that's out here, y'all. So we can't go get the book anywhere. Is it available for download or anything? Or
hey, I got a question about the book though.
They can check with Amazon because Amazon might still have the old copy, but they don't have the new edition. But they can contact Amazon, but no one else can, because I have distanced myself from Author House now, because they were taking money that was supposed to go to me.
Okay, so they was robbing the brother. So
that is correct.
Yeah, they was robbing the brother. So
ask him what he revised from the old one to the new one.
Okay, so
what did he change?
Okay, hold on 1 second. So basically we're gonna have to put all our hopes and dreams on Amazon right now. And your website don't have the book for sale or download?
I don't have a source to print them yet.
Okay.
But we'll have something like that within the next month or two at the most.
Okay.
Before the summer ends, we will have books for you.
Okay. So basically, he's saying, Amazon have a limited amount of versions, right? And be looking for more things in the future. Would that sum it up?
I would say that I don't know if they have any books available now.
Oh, okay.
But the second part is true. They will be taking my books in the future.
Okay, go ahead.
Yo, ask him what did he change? What did he revise from the first book to the second book?
Okay, so
it's the same book, but he revised it. What did he change from the first book to the second?
So I don't know if this would be a secret or anything, but we would like to know what did you revive from the first book from the second book? Like, what was there any big changes or anything you want to talk about that would be a change?
Well, the one I just told you about the Olmecs and the Aztecs and the Mayans.
Right. So as you
I have a picture of that. I have a picture of that also. It's a picture with several different older photos in there, which is like a small photo library, because a picture's worth 1,000 words. I put that in my new book, and it is a picture of the Olmecs heads, and then I have a picture of the Aztecs, the black Aztecs in that pyramid. And then I have a picture of, the Mayans, that pyramid. And then Aztecs, I have a picture of the last two full-blooded Aztecs, who you'll see will have dark skin and gigantic afros.
Wow.
The last
and
two full-blooded
faces, yeah.
Ones that were on the planet.
Yeah, so we got the picture of Montezuma. Montezuma.
Yeah, my guy, Thompson is one. He got the picture of Montezuma.
Oh yes, black man.
Yeah, we got the picture of Montezuma. Yeah, so
yes, sir.
Definitely, man, definitely. This is So as you do your further research, would you consider your book a timestamp on the time period of your research, or would you consider your book to go into further generations and never to be debunked or never to be corrected?
Well, it would never be debunked, but I don't know about corrected. That's up to the eyes of the beholder.
No, I'm talking about far as you, like as you do further research, are you finding more things coming up that was in your previous book that you might have to say, well, I got this wrong, and things like that?
I wouldn't say it like that. Like that, I would say that I found things that have gone deeper than what I have found. But on the surface, what I have said comes from evidence from other people.
Okay. Yep. So, what else you got, Atancha?
Is that a question to me or someone else?
I'm asking the panel if they have any other questions.
Oh, okay.
Panel, y'all got any other questions, Chief?
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
Is he going to? I got a question about food cropping in Africa. Do we get into the details of the native foods that is grown in Africa compared to the native foods that is grown in America?
Okay, so somebody want to know, can you give us a little insight on the different foods that's grown in America and also the foods that's grown in Africa? Like some of the some of the differences.
nutrition. I was, like I said, I was Muhammad Ali's nutritionist for his last 7 years, but that was back in the early '80s.
Wow.
And I've been concentrating on African music history since then. I could do some research on that and find it in my notes or somewhere, but because I don't talk about that every day, I can't remember specifics like that.
Real quick, do you believe our people put so much attention on Africa and not enough attentions on home?
I don't. The only way I can say with that is wherever the best artifacts and bones and tools and different things that we can find, wherever that archaeology leads us, that's where we should go. And we shouldn't make our minds up about anything. Africa, Antarctica, Hawaii, Mars, anywhere. Go with the latest research that we trust.
Right. So basically what he's saying, y'all, is that none of us, even if you're Aboriginal or even if you the RBG or whatever you want to call yourself, none of us should be settled in what we believe. We should always be open for new scientific and always follow the new scientific studies. Would that sum it up for you?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
I got one more question.
What do you think?
I'm along those lines.
Okay.
But I do think that society go out of its way to pin us in Africa and hide and do more hiding the fact that we were here.
And how many people are on your panel today?
We got 3 people.
Okay. Well, tell them I appreciate their questions. I love them because of their thirst for knowledge and truth. And I will be open to anything else y'all want to do.
Yeah. Are you speaking anywhere sometime soon? You got some seminars or anything like that? Can we book some? Are you up for bookings and things like that?
I'm doing nothing until that book is done.
Okay. Yeah, you did say that this morning. So yeah.
Yes,
so we lucky we got this interview, y'all. So please press the like button. Make sure you guys copy this video, put it on all your platforms. We definitely gonna need to get this video out to the to Dane Calloway as well. And so we got a couple more questions, y'all. And yeah, I mean, we're
just ask them.
Well, blessings to all of y'all because y'all are on the right track. I'm so happy to hear about your group and what y'all are discussing.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Autochthonous, because y'all was talking at the same time. I'm sorry.
Now ask him. Do he mind if he give one of the brothers on the panel or of all of us the contact information? Because I definitely would like to interview him and
absolutely.
We can have all of us on the panel. We can bring them in. You know what I'm saying? And definitely we gotta get Dr. Winters there so we can talk about this because he's definitely good interview. I ain't got no problem with that brother. You know, and none of the information he's wasted about Africa.
Yes.
I want to know.
Hold on one second, y'all. I'm translating, so y'all got to hit me as simple as possible. So one of the brothers want to know if it's okay, you know, if I give you his number so he can contact you. They definitely want to set up something more formal and more, more flashier and even flyers and things like that. But he did say he ain't doing nothing until after the book come out. But and so we want to know if that's okay.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. And I want to know, he worked with the great Muhammad Ali for 30 years. He said, and he just a fond, story or something from the champ that we haven't heard.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So yeah, you mentioned you work with Muhammad Ali. So a lot of us don't really know about too much about that. We just heard stories and saw videos and stuff like that. So so we do want to say, we got to give you your props on that, even though a lot of people might not. But we also got to commend you for that as well. And one of the brothers want to know, do you have any personal stories about Muhammad Ali that you can share with the people?
Oh, absolutely. You want one now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. We were in Fifth Street Gym, and Muhammad just did an exhibition. The Fifth Street Gym's in Miami Beach, by the way. and he just got an exhibition, and he was about to fight. I don't know if it was, I think it was Norton, but after his exhibition, he would come down and be among the people, and that was his most fun area because he loved talking to people. So he came down and he answered some questions and was signing autographs. And then this one lady, and I don't know what if she was black or white or anything. I just remember that I think it was a white lady, and she came to him and asked him for some money. And he started to go down into his pocket or ask one of the hands. But I know Bandini went to him. He said, Ali, hold on. What's up? He dug down to him and he whispered to his ear, that woman's been here for the last 4 days asking for money, and you gave pointer, and he paid. And he says, he stopped all the questions, and everyone got quiet. Let me tell you something. He didn't say this out, he just whispered this, almost a whisper. He said, if she didn't need it, she wouldn't ask it.
Right, yep. I just seen a video of somebody like that. So did y'all catch that? So yeah, everybody caught that, right?
Yes, sir.
So,
great story.
So this is a good knowledge. So we sent you. So I sent you the video. It's a little long. But we probably gonna have to chop it up to your part so we can send it out to we can send it out to all the other media platforms as well. So what kind of time frame you think when this book could be up and ready to go?
I'd say no later than the end of the summer.
Okay, the end of the summer. Now,
I want to get it done before Columbus Day because I want to do a major push on Columbus and his horrible things that he did to the Native Americans.
Okay,
Absolutely.
yeah. So, also, I will be honored to make your app for you. And so I would have to know what type of things you want in your app.
Oh, wow.
And do you have digital download available of your book, or if that's something you was interested in?
Yeah, we already ebook from was it Create Space? I think they were handling that.
But what about any other languages?
Oh, the languages? No, I'd like to get into Spanish and some other languages.
Okay, so we got a lot of more work to do on this book, y'all. So yeah. So I do.
With the brother have a beat down, like have a grill bill with him. He probably will be amazed at the information that we got.
Yeah. So a lot of the guys on the panel, we like your information. A lot of these guys are very hardcore, hardcore in this type of philosophy, and so we all have our own individual claims, but we all have the same couple claims, which is we was here first, and that you're right. We know we was here. And we know what we have to do, to uplift our people. So that's what connects all of us together. A lot of people, they think we like some kind of, they take one person's claim and they think we all believe it. So they don't really understand, about the indigenous people and the people, that claim their Aboriginal roots. But this book has definitely put a hole in a lot of people's arguments that's against us, and so we can't wait to see more of your work.
And maybe we can present some of our information and research to him to see what he think about it to intertwine it with maybe into some of the research that he already doing.
Right, and some of the brothers they have some very deep research as well, and so they would like to present it to you, as well. Not right now, but eventually like to present it to you to
before you write that book.
right before you write your before you write your book, so you can check out some of the information they have, because these guys go deep into snake mounds and snake gods, and these guys go in.
Right, AP? The
All
food
right.
what Camario brought out, yo, about
Yeah.
the 600 or 6. Yo, that's something good because he.
Hold on, family. We got any more questions? You got any more questions?
I got one more question.
Okay.
If before AP got before he say what he gonna say. Look, listen. Ask him, do he believe? Now, all right. Tell him this. This coming from me, a Autochthonous one. This is gonna be kind of a loaded question. Tell him that I believe 100% of us are indigenous people because it was more black Indians here than Africans brought here.
Okay.
Number one.
Okay.
Ask him.
So hold on, fam. So one of the brothers on the panel, he believes that that we are 100% American or Indian or Native because there was more people here on this land than Africans that was actually brought here. And so he wanted to know if you have any evidence or anything like that you can, or how do you feel about his belief?
What I feel about anyone who talks anything like that, as long as they base it with the people of the darker melanin,
yes,
I'm with it.
Okay.
Right,
now,
right.
I don't care where they came from.
Right. So basically, he's not a narrow-minded person. So he just for the people. So if it's to uplift the people, he's for it. You know what I'm saying? And so I don't know why people
absolutely.
don't. I don't understand why a lot of older people not like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because you're a very open-minded person, and a lot of the older people they very closed-minded.
Ask him about reparations. Ask him, do he think we deserve reparations?
Here's another thing. If people want to keep traveling on a horse, that's fine. But if a Lamborghini pulls up next to me, I'm gonna get in it.
You gonna get in it, right?
You're in the newest thing smoking. Yeah, I understand.
Somebody want to know about reparations. They want to know about reparations.
Ask him, do we deserve reparations? If we on our own
When you
land,
say reparations,
Yeah.
man, you think an enemy is gonna fund their enemy?
Yeah.
He need to bury that damn thought.
Yeah.
I mean, that makes me upset when people still talking about reparations. Masso still owes us money. Get the blankety blank out of here.
I think he just messing around.
Land or anything, like not just a redress of grievance. Do we deserve land or anything? Like, I mean, it being no,
There will be reparations still. There will be reparations still. So basically, we have to get it. You know what I'm saying? We have to go get it. But
So
he wanted to know about far as trying to legally get land and things like that. How do you feel about that?
I think that's good. I think it's fine, but that shouldn't be our number one push.
Right.
Yeah,
That's something in the background that we should be working on, along with all our indigenous how would you want to say advantages, if you want to say.
I totally agree.
Did he say he was down with maybe looking at some of
The
our
thing I'm
research?
saying is,
Yeah.
if people are trying to make money, that don't rely on other people. Rely on yourself only, because other people will only let you down.
Look.
Right. So, any more questions before we go? Anybody?
Go AP. What?
Now, see, a lot of us young brothers right here, we're very animated, and so, but for some reason, we're very self-driven people. We don't get, a lot of us don't get real well with others, and some of us do, and so, we would like to know what's some of the things you would like to see us accomplish in your I guess
research.
Right, in your life is span or whatever, some of the things you would like to see us younger people accomplish.
The number one thing would be to get our history to the young folks. The number one thing would be to get our history to the young folks. The number one thing would be to get our history to the young folks, to the kids in elementary school and junior high school before they get to high school, and get solid thoughts of where they can't change their their points of view.
Right, right. And so by you saying that, I'm calculating that that's going to take culture. It's going to take song, dance, stories, books, pictures, cartoons, apps, all the above.
After school programs.
And after school,
all of those things.
And after school programs. So we have to get this culture together. That's one thing. That's one thing your boy Ty Data talk about. Y'all can give me, y'all can clap on me on that. Y'all know I get on it and I let y'all know straight from the get. I know everybody just want to get the information out, but at the end of the day, we got to get this culture together. And you heard it straight from the doctor. He backed me up on it. So we, you know, let's do it, y'all.
Brother, on point too, man. I definitely enjoyed
it. And I'll be 68 this month, so I don't have a whole lot of time. You know, I might have 2 years left. I might have another 25 in me, but to the last day that I'm struggling, I'm gonna be on this course.
Take them shoes off, man, and change that diet.
We definitely gonna get behind you. We definitely gonna get behind you. The future. I'm a very futuristic person. So with your book, there's all types of things that I come up with different languages, apps, all types of a toothbrush or something with the name on it or something like, but I ain't gonna get into all that right now. But yeah, there's so much so much business and stuff we can do and talk about. So we're gonna go ahead and let you go. And yes, we definitely appreciate the bill.
Tell them we appreciate it. And
we waiting for that book to come out. So you got my information. Send me a textbook, or Facebook, any kind of book. When that book comes out, so we can all definitely be a part of that history, because this book is a part of our era. And so we know you guys in the 70s had y'all little eras and y'all little bell bottoms or whatever y'all did, but this book right here is ours. All right.
Bell bottoms, boy, you terrible.
So everybody, okay. So we gonna let the So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and and let the brother get some rest, and we're gonna we got some work to do, y'all. We got to get this culture together. Chief Holiday, Chief Holiday show. We got Chief Holiday on the show. He's a brother from Las Vegas. We got Autochthonous. Right. Chief Autochthonous is one. He's a brother from New York. And then we have Aboriginal Power. He's from Tennessee down there. And I'm Tyron Vital, aka Ty Data the Cyborg. I'm originally from Chicago, but I'm here in Minneapolis, Minnesota. So we're around the globe, and we
tell him we're inviting him to the powwow in October.
Yes, we do have a big powwow coming up in October as well. If you're not too busy, we would definitely like to invite you. We're trying to get as many people as possible there, and we want to get some history, and we definitely love to have your book on center point at the powwow as well.
In Las Vegas, October 6th,
I'm positive it would be out by then.
Oh, so it'll be out by then. So if he's not all booked up yet, so we got to get in early.
Nah, we're trying to book him first. We're trying to book him first.
Yeah. See, one thing about the community, and we're very competitive people. And the second people see you on the show, I'm pretty sure they're gonna, you're gonna be in for a ride.
Nah, you're here first though. We're gonna book him here first though.
I'm seatbelt. I'm ready to go.
Yep. You're gonna be in for a ride. So
tell them we offering the first booking in Vegas, October the 7th to the 9th.
October the 7th
and 8th.
6th, 7th, and 8th.
6th, 7th, and 8th. That's when the powwow going to be down in Las Vegas. So we'll talk to him on the back of that. We'll talk to him in the back with that. But I definitely got to get you out one of these YouTube kits, so you can definitely get get on your YouTube channel and reach out to the community. And so so we got, man, oh my God, we got so much we need to do, y'all. This is why your boy Ty Data is so animated. We got a lot. Man. So we're gonna go ahead and let you get some sleep. May the force be with you, or I don't know, or how that go, or God bless you. I don't want to offend you, or how that work, but
Just say until tomorrow.
Yeah, until tomorrow. Okay.
Hey, peace to his queen too, man.
All right.
Stay in touch, bro. Please stay in touch.
We appreciate
and you have my email, david.imhotep@gmail.com, right?
Okay. Yeah. So he got his email in there, and so we want to say peace to you and your family as well. And we got a lot to do. We out here. We never sleep.
Okay.
We don't sleep. All right.
endeavor to persevere.
Yes.
Peace.
Yeah, peace.
Peace.
The number one thing would be to get our history to the young folks.